Smoke an ounce of this. Smoke an ounce of this. Listen, there's a war going on outside, we all in it. Real live shit, player, this ain't scrimmage. One shot, one kill, gun talk is concise. Wrong place, wrong time, and it's cut lights. One love to all my brothers locked the maximum.
What up, world? Back live. Another week. Appreciation of life. Genuine scholar talk. Always another day above ground is a blessing, man. All the scholars in the world appreciate you coming back live with me. I got my man, M.Azin, in the building with me.
That's right.
I appreciate you, scholars. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I'm glad you could make it out, and we about to lock in, man. We about to lock in.
Let's do it.
So,
what's up, world?
listen, I want to introduce the scholar first by saying that I met him doing his thing. He was on stage. I never met him before, and I said, "Yo, after his performance, I got to make sure I link with the scholar to make sure we get his contact information, link up, and get this right here done." And he's here with me, my man.
Rightfully so.
So, peace, man, peace and blessings, child blessings. So, 222, right?
Yeah,
That's where we met,
that's where we met.
and
North Boston.
yes, right down there by the garden. You know what I'm saying? And you was doing your thing. You was definitely one of my favorite performances that night.
At the end, though, I was at the end.
I stayed the whole time.
I stayed, though.
I was there the whole time.
That too. Shout out to everybody that stayed.
I feel like, yo, you know what's the wild thing? So that night when I went on my story on Instagram, your performance was you the one that was on.
Right.
So that night when I put up some footage of the event on my stories, you the one that was on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how I want to start this off, right? Boston got a lot of artists that's doing it, a lot of talent. Whether you're an artist,
A lot of time. I know.
musical artist,
Yeah.
painting artist,
Dance,
whatever it is,
dancers,
dance, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Everybody's
dancers,
doing
we got it
something.
all.
And there's a lot of talent out there,
Actors, all
right?
that.
Exactly. Writers, everything. Even political moves.
Yeah.
Shout out Ayanna Presley, man.
Yeah.
For real.
Showing up. Shout out her.
That's one of the main ones
Bless
doing
her.
big things, bro. Like, I'm watching her on CNN and other platforms like that now. She from the city, man. Shout out Ayanna Presley.
That's the real power.
I mean, for Ayanna Presley, apologies. So I want to start off, right? Because I'm like, yo, I want to know about this man. Right? Why? Some people are just born with the gift of spitting, and some people work at it.
Right.
I felt like you looked more natural at it when I was watching you perform. You know what I mean? You weren't forcing nothing. It was just you were in your. It was like you was in your natural element.
Right.
You don't just get like that. Some people may be born like that,
Yeah, some people.
right? Some people are born like that.
Natural.
Some people go through things to just have that confidence, right, in themselves. I want to know a little bit about you, how you grew up, man. Like, where are you from? Where did you really spend most of your time as a child? How was your childhood like, man? Give me a little bit about that.
Alright, so I was born in Dorchester, by Four Corners.
Right down the street, okay.
Right now.
Alright.
So yeah, Four Corners, and I'm first generation Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? So both my parents are Jamaican, straight from Jamaica. My father's from Buff Bay, and that's in Portland, and my mother's from Westmoreland. That's Grandeur. So they both from the countryside.
West Indians.
Yeah, West
Big up the
Indians.
West Indians. Big up the West Indians.
So
I'm from Dominica.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enough
Yours
respect.
family.
Enough respect.
Yeah. Bless up.
So just coming up out of there, but I was raised in Mattapan. We moved to Mattapan when I was around 5 years old. Right there in Mattapan, Hyde Park borderline, and that's where I had a lot of my influences from over there, and my Jamaican family still in Four Corners, because most of my family was still in the Dorchester area.
Right.
So I'm saying, like, music it's been in my family from the jump. You know, my uncle, rest in peace, Noel. You know, he passed away this year actually.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of OGs know about Noel. Sad story, but you know, we love him. His legacy lives on. He still lives with us.
Definitely.
He was no doubt. He was the first one who showed me turntables.
What age?
Early, man. He showed me turntables probably like at 6, 7 years old. And I wasn't nice at him,
right?
But I tried. You feel me? I tried to cut up on him and everything. He would try to teach me.
You're 6 years old. You just want to get up on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where it really started. You know, the vinyls, and then getting into buying tapes, cassette tapes.
Right.
Some people don't know about cassette tapes.
Bro, I remember recorded. Okay, so when I was younger,
A&B,
bro,
tape deck.
Okay,
yeah, you must
because one, my mother didn't like me listening to dirty music, rap music. You know what I'm saying? So radio edits, clean versions is what I got. So I remember dubbing those.
Will Smith, we had the Will Smith for Christmas.
Get jiggy with it. Okay.
Yo, I think everybody got that. That was everybody's Christmas.
Hey, yo, I got that album in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Dogs. But that's, man. But go ahead, continue.
So that's, you know what I'm saying? That's how I started.
That's young.
Cassette tapes. And how I started with like the craft. I don't know. I think I fell in love with Wu-Tang first, probably. I don't know. I guess it was Wu-Tang that I really fell in love with. You know, like, damn.
At what age? Wu-Tang at 6?
I don't remember what age. I can't remember. Nah, Wu-Tang had to be like, that's definitely middle school. So I had to be what?
Like
10?
Somewhere 9 to
9,
12.
10. Yeah, 9, 10.
8 to 12 type.
Yeah,
shit.
when I started writing and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But so like writing and stuff, you know, I got around it, like 9, probably 8.
So hold on. Let's double back real quick. When you moved to Mattapan, right? Mm-hmm. So let's talk about this first. You moved to Mattapan at 6. 5, right?
Yeah.
So how much do you remember about your actual time in Dorchester before you moved? Like, what do you remember? So what do you remember going on around those times?
A whole lot of shit.
Because you Four corners?
Crib getting shot up.
4 corners?
Crib getting shot up. And like, you know, we always talk about the bad, but there was a lot of good times.
That's what I'm saying. It don't gotta be everything.
There's a lot of good times, man. Like chilling with my grandmother, taking me all over the city.
Mm-hmm.
There's an old newspaper of me and Uncle Noel. For some reason, he would just take me downtown. I had to be like 3 years old, and we in the newspaper. He always shows me this newspaper. The Boston Globe stopped him on the side for whatever they was talking about. They took a picture of us together, and we on the Globe or whatever.
You still got that picture?
I tried to get, when he passed, nobody was allowed to go in his room. I told my uncle, like, yo, there's this newspaper in there that Uncle Noel got. Yeah, so I gotta follow up. I gotta follow up on that. But yeah, the memories of that, the memories of the fights with my older brother in there.
How many siblings?
I got 2 siblings.
You the middle?
I'm the youngest.
Youngest.
I got my brother is 4 years older than me. Shout out to Ill.
Okay.
And my sister is 14 years older than me. Shout out to Charlene.
Okay.
We got plenty of memories in Corona Street. Like we talking like old
Corona,
school.
dirty. DH.
Yeah, so
shout out to Dirty Hawk niggas. Yo, shout out to Dirty Hawk Skull.
Plenty of memories out there, man. I'm talking about like family cookouts every holiday. Mad family and cousins come around. We all chilling. That's how I learned all the bad words, all the slang, how to get your swag on, how to talk to girls, how to, you know what I mean, just how to carry yourself as a man, how to, you know, take care of your fellow black women and all that stuff. Like a lot of core family values, a lot of stuff fell out, you know, as the years passed. You know, I know a lot of families go through that.
Right.
But I remember a lot of good times on Corona Street, like everything. Corner store.
Corona's like an infamous street.
Yeah,
man. Party street.
The corner store,
known for parties, after parties and shit.
So obviously, you know, my family.
Good time.
My family's connected with the Rhythm Rider sound. You know anything about Rhythm Rider?
Of course.
Well established staple in the reggae sound.
Yes.
Internationally, not even just local.
Yeah, I'm about to say you hear about them. They're the biggest, one of the biggest ones, if not the biggest ones there.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
They're international.
Yeah. Shout out to Cypress.
Big up the Rhythm Riders, buddy.
Yeah, Cypress and Sir E. You know what I'm saying? Sir E's my uncle.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So.
Damn, you all right, you got some history in the lineage.
Yeah.
You got some history in the lineage.
So yeah, there's a lot of memories from Corona Street. And even though I moved away, you know, and you know, Pops would always try to keep me away.
Yeah.
You know, we never stayed away. We never stayed away.
Home is where the heart is, man.
Right. He was just trying to look out because he know the nature of
he was trying
what's
to be
going on.
protected.
Yeah, he's being a father. You know, out of all his siblings, he was the straightforward one. My pops, you know what I'm saying?
Was he the oldest one?
Yes. Yeah, he's the oldest one.
Okay.
So, you know, everybody looks up to him. My pops got mad respect from everybody.
Okay.
Some older cats that I don't even know, they'd be like, oh, yo, father's Roy. Oh, man, make sure you show him enough respect. Like, don't,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Whatever he says, make sure you do good by him, everything. My father got mad respect from everybody. So, yeah, man, Corona's, you know, Dorchester, you know, born.
So that's Dorchester's home. Though.
Yeah, Dorchester's home.
Mattapan is where you was relocated to.
Right. Relocated to, raised up. Met my best friend over there right away. Shout out to Kizzo.
Okay.
And you know, that's why
and y'all
learned
to
ride a
this
bike.
day.
Oh yeah, Kizzo is an amazing self-taught guitarist right now. He's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's doing his thing. Like,
we're
gonna hear about
I'm about
him.
to say, I know you must have tried to hop on the track with him.
Oh yeah, we've been talking, man. That's
gonna be fire.
It's a long history.
I'm glad you are. Oh, I can't believe you said that shit gonna be fire.
Kizzo need to come up. You know what I mean, to GTS for real.
Hey yo, listen, Kizzo.
GST, sorry.
You gotta come holler at your boy, man. Genuine Scholar Talk. We got a date for you. We gonna link up, that's for sure.
Wait till you get with
I love
he's
all
gonna,
different.
He's gonna have like 4 parts, a 4-part series.
Yeah,
yeah. Kizzo's like, you know what I mean. He showed me a lot of things, and that's my homie. But he's like a big brother to me.
Okay.
You know, in the streets, you know, I got, you know, family and extended family, and he's like, you know, like.
You have mad respect for him.
Oh yeah.
And you value what he says.
Yes.
I respect that.
All day, every day.
Definitely. Everybody needs black males. I feel like we definitely need that in this day and age now.
Yeah.
A friend that's going to be able to keep it 100 with you.
Yeah.
And whatever he tells you is always for your best interest.
You
Because
know,
you don't really find that like that. You know what I'm saying? People, most of the time when you find a friend, it's like they have a motive for being your friend. You know what I mean? Until you get into a situation where you realize, like, oh, they ain't really
for me. And it's like, yo, you gotta have a balance, you know. It's like everything is yin and yang. You know, we're both Libras, so we both had that symbol with us, that balance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, even though we're both Libras, I was born on the end. I'm October 22nd. He's early October, in the 3rd or the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we yin and yang. Like he wears his heart on his sleeve. I don't. I'm the one with the poker face.
Right.
Keep my emotions in.
Right.
All that shit. So it's like, you know, when I'm not, expressing myself and things like that, and I have, you know, tense up emotions and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one to be like, bro, what the hell is going on? He'll
Right.
find ways for me to bring it out, you know what I'm saying? And that's perfect. And then when he's acting too hot, I'm the one to bring him down.
Y'all balance
You know
each
what
other
I'm
out.
saying? Balance each other out.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you need. That's like me and my wife. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? We balance each other out. Gotta have
Yo,
yin and
listen.
yang with everything. Gotta have yin and yang with
The
everything.
funny thing is, me and my lady were talking about this the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I made a statement, and then she hit me back like, well, opposites attract.
There you go. There you go.
But it's true because it's like, I'm very aggressive.
Yeah.
And so I'm like your man.
Right.
If I feel a type of way, I'm not really gonna know how to hide that.
Right.
It's gonna show in my face,
So,
and I'm not the type to hold my tongue, so I'm definitely gonna voice my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let you know. So I definitely understand. I definitely understand that right there, because I have a couple of my boys that's how we are too. You know what I mean? I'm the fucking outspoken one of them's the laid back one, like. But let him blow up though. I'm the one that's like, yo, no. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
there's been times when me and Kiz was about to fight. We had shout out to Jukes. I don't know where Jukes at, but that's the homie right there too. One of the best, unheard spitters, man.
Yeah.
Jukes. A couple people know about Jukes. But been times when me and Kiz were about to fight. Jukes would be like, hell no, y'all not, no, y'all are the twin dragons. Y'all are the twin dragons. Y'all can't clash. And he'll just come right in and be like, cool that shit down, and then next thing you know, me and Kiz are talking it up.
First half, Dorchester, Corona, Four Corners.
Yeah.
So now we about to get into Mattapan.
Yep, that was early 90s.
And that's early 90s.
Yeah, now we mid-90s. Mid-90s in the Mattapan,
What now I know that this had to been a different dynamic, because Mattapan, as you leave Dorchester, Roxbury, I feel like the West Indian culture gets thicker. It's like Roxbury, cool. In Dorchester, you meet more West Indians. Mattapan is
more Haitian,
mostly West Indian concentrated, Jamaican, Haitian. You know what I'm saying?
Heavy.
Dorchester is more the Trinidadians.
Yeah. Sprinkle of Cape Verdeans, sprinkle of Cape Verdeans.
Exactly.
Man, you know what I'm saying? So
now the Cape Verdeans run bowling for real. To be honest.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
From one end to the
They
next.
spread out. They spread from Uplands to
all the way to Geneva side.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So tell me about Mattapan though.
Yeah, so Mattapan
How'd you like it? How'd you feel about
Mattapan was
Mattapan?
beautiful. Mattapan was beautiful, man. Shout out to Mattapan Music. We used to have a record store named Mattapan Music.
I hear about that a lot.
Right next to the Melting Pot, which in the Melting Pot was a clothing store like Evelyn's. You know what I'm saying? Before Evelyn's and all that shit. And before, what's that other store? Expressions. And then we used to have 41st and 42nd. That's on the corner of where T-Mobile is in Mattapan Square.
In the square.
And that's where the Asian cats used to own that spot. And that's where you get your little jewelry at, and you go cop your kicks that was wrapped in the plastic, tight plastic and all that shit. Go get some basically like thrift, and the other half of the store was like thrift, like a thrift store. You know what I'm saying? You might cop some ill shit for the low in there. You know what I'm saying? Or just some hand-me-down shit for the extra low. To Mattapan Music, man. When I was in Mattapan, and I was like, a couple years in, I was like 8 now, 9 years old. I'm starting to really get into music. Chilling with my friends, playing basketball in the streets.
Basketball is your favorite sport?
Basketball is my favorite sport. Staying out all day, coming home.
You outside kid?
Staying out all day.
I couldn't be inside. That's why I knew jail wasn't for me.
Right.
I hate being inside.
Yeah.
So I knew that if I couldn't be inside under my parents, you know what I'm saying, parental discretion, I damn sure wasn't gonna be under the agenda of America. You said, okay, brother? No.
I'm with you on that.
Because I know for sure I would have ended up doing more time.
Right.
Because I keep hearing stories about all the OGs that, like, Rikers, or even from here that went upstate that ended up banging on the COs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because they just wasn't
ended up getting
to
out.
let them know, like, yo, don't ever think that you're more of a man than me, like, that you got more control over me just because I'm in this facility. Like, never disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? It's all about respect.
It sure is. Yeah.
I knew that I could, like, that's just not for me. A bunch of my friends, they're all my friends when we were younger. Most of them went to jail when we was young. So,
he was young.
And this is in Weymouth.
Wow.
You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just knew that shit wasn't for me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the times God, yo, he was around. Whoever's up there, that supreme being, that supposedly lurks in the clouds in the majestic kingdoms and universe up there.
Right.
He had been,
whatever you call him.
Yeah, he hadn't been looking
God,
around.
the creator, Allah.
Exactly. Yahweh, whatever you want to call him. Yahshua, you know what I mean? But that one was looking out because there's a couple times where I could have went and ended up on probation and I was, okay, word.
Best believe we're being watched by him because, man, I got a crazy story. You know where Grove Hall Mecca is?
Come on.
That used to be my preschool. When I was younger, that was my preschool.
Okay.
And I got a crazy story where I don't know how old I was, preschool years.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
So preschool was like 4 years old.
Alright, so 4 years old, I'm still on Corona Street.
Right.
My mom and my brother picks me up. Now, I guess when my brother comes, we're usually chasing each other.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother's chasing me, and I'm running out. Run out. I run out to Geneva Street.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bus coming. I guess, there's a bus running up Geneva Street. And all my mom remembers is not being, BJ, Mr. L, not being able to get to me in time before I got to the street.
It was your older brother?
Yeah, my older brother.
Yeah.
But I was in the street and the bus was coming. And all my mom remembers is some Rasta, some dude with long dreads out of nowhere, legit. That's the only way she gets out of nowhere, scoop me up, whoop. Scoop me up, save me in the nick of time. And then put me down, make sure I'm good. And then she's hugging me, make sure I'm good. And she looks up, where is he? Gone. Tell me I don't got a guardian angel. You can't tell me no different. Crazy.
It's always a story like that, bro.
Crazy.
And when those type of people come through at those moments,
yeah. When you're
there's
supposed
no
to be
other
gone,
way to explain
innocent,
it, bro.
innocent,
there's a supreme being that God's, you know what I'm saying, shit happened in a way where he came at the right time.
Destined for something.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Time was not ready.
It wasn't your time. You know what they say, like, especially like, when scholars get riddled with bullets.
Yeah.
And they survive. It's not your time to go.
Yeah.
When you die, it was your time.
It was your time.
But when you keep surviving shit, it's not your time. It means you haven't fulfilled your destiny yet. You know what I mean? And I truly believe that.
That's the truth. That's why I get emotional every birthday now. Like, I never used to get emotional, but as I'm older now, it's like the walls are down. And like every birthday now, I be thinking about like, damn, shit's ill.
You know why? Because
I'm saying, like,
because it's the maturity about understanding about how the universe works.
Yeah.
And appreciation. Appreciation, I feel, especially in the hood, is something that's just taken for granted.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think scholars they don't really appreciate life. Because at this point, it's like, especially now, you got mad young dudes that just out here
we was losing friends,
trying to prove certain things.
We was losing friends in 7th grade.
Right.
He was dying, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm coming. See, like I was in Mecca. See, I'm skipping. I'm jumping shit. But I was in Mecca. Went to Mecca.
What school?
Lincoln Sudbury. Sudbury.
Okay.
So you gotta think about it.
There,
yeah. They put me in the suburbs, and I go to a town called Sudbury.
Right.
So it's the suburbs of the suburbs.
Right.
But I think like I'm in middle school, coming to school, and my homie Mike, who told me, he was in the streets, and he told me like, yo, I never walk alone. Everywhere I go, I never walk alone. I remember him saying that, us being young. I'd be like, damn, you living like that? It's crazy. And then next you know, one day he's on the news. You feel me? And I gotta go to school the next day, and I gotta tell my mom. I had to express it to somebody. I tell my mom about it, and she consoled me and all that. But like, you go to school and nobody else can relate to you about that shit out there.
And you see what you just said? One of my best friends, his cousin said this. Shout out to Killer, man. Shout out to Killer, alright? Miz, Killer, Wiz, Big D. Shout out the whole Rose family, all the Josephs, man. Killer said, so they used to come out to Weymouth because Miz's family, they used to host a lot of the events on holidays, right? And We went out after one time, and Killer was like, it was a crazy fight when we took him out, and he saw like the junkies, just like the way the drugs was affecting out there versus out here. It's like you don't see young people our age addicted to a drug where they ODing like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was new for them, and it was new for us too when we moved out there, right? But the statement he made was, damn, yo, that's crazy. Out here, y'all gotta watch out for drugs. In the hood, we gotta watch out for slugs.
Yeah.
That statement never left me, right? Because when I moved back, it's the same thing that I started worrying about again. Like, damn, which one of my friends is, I hope, not even which, I hope my friends today, like every day, it's, you know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's good. Right? I hope everybody has a good day, because the goal is to make it back home, like, at the end of the night. You don't really, they don't worry about that in the suburbs. Like, you know, that's not a worry.
Saying like, oh, yo, I'm heading to the crib, peace. You don't hear nobody like, yo, hit me up when you get home. and I ain't gonna lie, I had fallen into that because when I moved back, right, getting bent, you know what I'm saying, we getting faded, and I leave, all of them be like, yo, bro, hit me. Make sure you move me to the crib. I would never remember because in Weymouth. My crib's like 10 minutes, not even 10, like a 5-minute walk from best friend's crib. So I'm walking to the crib bent. I'm not worried about, you know what I'm saying? I make it. Right.
And nobody, we just, that wasn't our worry about somebody gonna do something to us. You know what I'm saying? There's no game, nothing out there.
Right.
We didn't have to, like, we have our circle of friends where we go out, if we gotta get into it, we gonna get into it.
Right.
We protect each other.
Right.
But as far as on no gang shit, guns and all that, no. You know what I'm saying? But out here, it's just, it's to the point where I'm like, yo, something, it's like this cycle has been going on for so long where you start to think, well, how are you supposed to get over that? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's another subject. We're gonna say that for later. I want you to finish telling me about M.Azin before we get into the music.
Yeah, so M.Azin was beautiful, man. Like, before the music, we was going to the barbershop, M.Azin's finest.
They now in Grove Hall.
They now in Grove Hall.
That's some weird shit, right?
But I think it's all Dominican cats running M.Azin finest. It's a different name too. Where M.Azin finest was. I want to say there's no more M.Azin finest. I don't know if I see it anymore.
All right, so
it was in the middle of right across from Grove Hall, Mecca, right?
Exactly.
Now it's a DR spot.
I really don't know.
It's a DR spot for sure.
Because
I've been there. It's a DR spot.
When it first got there,
it was M.Azin's.
I knew it was M.Azin's.
Used to have a couple of the OGs in there.
Jamaican.
Light skin homie,
dark skin one,
the braids. Yeah, dark skin homie. Still there, but I think it's all gone. But I can remember.
I drive by this shit every day too.
It's not there. I work right around the corner.
How long ago have they been out of it?
I can't. I want to say just a year or two. Just a year or two. Very.
See, small businesses like this where shit just moves and like this is why people forget about it.
Never left M.Azin.
Yeah. Like I don't know how you can be M.Azin's finest in Grove Hall.
Yeah.
That just never added up to me.
It made no sense to me.
You know what I mean? But
because definitely 2 years ago, I took my man's.
You mind if I have another one?
Yeah, go ahead. My man Super. My man Super from Hosman. He's deported right now. Shout out to my man Soup.
Shout out to all the deportees, man. Everybody got deported, man. I hope y'all doing good back in your home countries, wherever y'all at.
We talk, man. I'll probably hit him up after this, but his seed. I took his seed to the barbers 2 years ago. When it was M.Azin's finest.
Right.
So for sure, it was M.Azin's finest 2 years ago at least. Now it's something else, so it's gone. But what else about M.Azin? You know, played ball at Elmont Park.
Infamous Elmont Park.
Played, we had plenty of fights walking to and fro, and made plenty of friends walking to and fro.
That was an area. That was a crazy area.
That was a crazy area. You would never know unless you lived there.
At all. Because I didn't know about Almont. For a long time.
You never know unless you lived there. Because everybody in Boston, think about Boston, everybody loved their zip code. So your zip code is always better than the next.
Bro. And that's the
how
thing.
Boston is.
That's the thing.
But I don't live by that, you know.
I'm glad you don't, because I feel like that's one of the
Well,
major
being from
barriers.
Mattapan, that's, you know, you adopt that. You know what I'm saying? You love everybody, but I could understand why in Roxbury and Dorchester you have such a pride, because the history that comes from Roxbury's been
Yeah,
it's fucking like Harlem.
you see the
Roxbury's like
021
Harlem. Roxbury's like Harlem in Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Dorchester's like Brooklyn.
Now here's the thing, there's always, and then it's always the toss up of who's the heart of the city.
Yes,
Roxbury and
yes,
Dorchester,
yes.
right?
So I see the pride and I love it. But when I say, like we're talking right now, when I say everybody love their zip codes, but it's all the same, just a different area.
Exactly.
When I say that to my homies from everywhere, from the Point to the Fort to wherever outside in Boston, they all agree on that point. Everybody love their zip codes.
Yes. Which is a barrier as far as the music shit goes.
Yeah.
Because you already know. The thing with Boston that just, that's why I really felt compelled to do this. To show how much talent there is in the city, that if we could somehow get over the bloodshed that got these continued, mind you, the bloodshed, right? Some of these young boys that rep these hoods, they don't even know what the beef started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just know that that's who they got smoke with, and that's that.
And if they knew, they'd be like, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I always feel like this is why we need to do more things like this for the city.
Yeah.
Because if all the other cities that really is on some gang shit, I'm talking about dying over colors, are able to get over bloodshed and family claims,
get money.
you see what I'm saying? And put the city on, get the city on, and worry about that shit later. Because that becomes petty once you see the bigger vision, right?
A lot of us, I mean, growing up, we fought a lot.
Right.
Most of the people we fought with is our best friends today. That's why I say in the song Cable. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people I fought back then, I still kick it with.
Right.
You know why? Because we ain't had cable. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, bro, it's true. It's true. Sometimes you have these emotions, like, built up. Oh, this man don't talk to my girl I was talking to. I'm gonna fight him. Y'all fight. Y'all get it over with. And then there was always an OG right there that was like, yo, like, at least where in Mattapan, bro, in Mattapan, dog, we used to, like, I used to stay out all day. And before going to the crib, I'd be like, oh, the light's been on for a grip. I gotta go to the crib, look at my ass whip.
Yo,
Wait, a couple OGs, let me finish, a couple OGs, they be like, yo, before y'all go, you Risk, they call me Risk, yo, Risk, you fight with so-and-so. And they be like, me and my boy, we look at each other like, him? We be like, yup. And we both look at our crib and they be like, don't y'all think about running to the crib where we whip both y'all asses. And next thing you know, we be like, yo, it is what it is. Boop, boop, boop. Then we fighting, then they break it up, and then they give us pointers. They're like, yo, you gotta do a little hook. Now y'all dap it up. Dap it up, we at home, and we keep that memory. That memory's embedded in us.
Yeah.
And that bond is
It don't die.
yeah, it don't die. Like,
But
to
now you
this
for
day.
sure.
And that man I used to fight with is 5 years older than me. Until this day, that man, I call that man for anything. He'll give me anything I ask him for. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything.
That's crucial.
Yeah, dog. So it's like,
That's crucial.
that type of shit, you know, I don't know where we lost it or whatever, or, you know, it's on us that we not carrying on, or it's just that it's on the, you know, generation below us that don't listen.
As we were saying, man, it takes a village.
It takes a village.
And that concept applied more definitely back then than it does now, because as you can't correct somebody's child without that child going home telling the parent, and that parent coming back and telling you, cussing you out for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. Like, bro, like I said, I came here.
Yeah.
So I remember going home at 3-4 years old from school, because it was right down the road.
Right.
And if I was misbehaving, if the neighbor catch me, they're gonna spank me, bring me home, tell my parents what I was doing,
Spanking part two.
and my uncle, which uncle or aunt, whatever it was, and I get beat again.
Yeah. And that's how it was in my household, because I had a, you know, 2-parent household.
Mm-hmm. Likewise.
Yeah, my mother and my father, you know.
Still married?
Sorry?
Still married?
Oh yeah, still married. Still married. My mother is hardcore Christian.
Mm-hmm.
My father's not. So we talk about yin and yang.
Wow.
There you go.
Really?
Me and my wife, there we go. So like, boom, I get in trouble. I'm getting a whipping from Ma Dukes. Then I know as soon as my father come home from his, his side jobs and all that, Ma Dukes hit me with the belt, Pops hit me with the bare hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's how it was. But like you said, it takes a village, man. I got a story like when I was younger, we would always hustle. Like me and Kane, me and Kizzle, and all the other boys and girls around the neighborhood. We always found ways to hustle. Whether it was being sent to the corner store to steal stuff for the OGs, or we cleaning up yards, or helping ladies from Star Market. No more Star Market to their car and get 50 cents. So I would always go help my aunt out. Shout out to Aunt Rose, and because she had her own house in Mattapan and had no help around. She had no men around. So me and my bro would go there, clean up the yard every season. Let me tell you, when I got my license, who gave me a car? Aunt Rose gave me a car because all those years of just me going there, I never asked for no bread or nothing.
Helping.
Yeah, just helping out. So
as you should.
Yeah, just, and look at that blessing you get right then and there. That taught me.
That's dope.
That taught me
Shout out to Auntie Rose.
Shout out to Aunt Rose to this day, man.
Yep.
She threw a party last week.
That's
she threw some of the best parties when we was younger.
I could imagine.
I brought the whole block to I remember seeing OGs walk away with girls and like, oh shit, man, got it. So yeah, Mattapan had a lot of great nights, great days. I was the kid on the block with the cutest girl who came around. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of foster kids around my neighborhood.
In Mattapan?
Yeah.
Where in Mattapan?
Around Blake Street, River Street.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Over there. So we had a lot of foster kids on my street, man. It's just like in and out kids. You know what I'm saying? I remember one girl, Chanel, man. And then, she was the cutest girl on the block. She was like the rave of the block. But who dated her first? I still got that.
Oh, that's wifey.
No, that's not wifey.
Oh, you got it. You got that.
I got it back then.
Got it. You got that. So you must have got hated on a little bit.
I got hated on a little bit.
You had to get, because when you move into a new neighborhood and you the cat that gives the finest girl. The neighborhood dwellers that was there before you, they definitely they gotta be some shade, dog.
Well, what came out was that, later on, they're like, yo, on the low, while she was with you, she was with me too. So, I be like, oh, no love lost, bro. I kind of felt like she was kind of loose. She was a little loose. She was cute as hell, you know what I mean? It is what it is. That's that puppy love stuff.
Right.
No respect to the Wiz. That's the high school years, so I mean, that's a good segue into middle school, high school, and how life was out
in the pen.
In the pen, but I'm in Mecca, so
right.
I'm not in local school system, BPS.
Personal life you in the pen, but school life is out in the burbs.
It's out in the burbs.
Yep.
It's out in the burbs. So we getting up earlier than everybody else, heading out there. And enough respect to everybody in Sudbury.
Right.
They showed mad love to us. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time.
Right.
But everybody did face a little bit of
they gotta be good and bad when you move out there.
Racism out there. Getting told to get your cotton picking hands off of your best friend. That's what something I had to deal with directly.
Who said that to you?
A music teacher out of all things. But I did make a big stink about that. I didn't let that slide. And
what grade is this?
This was in 7th grade.
Sure.
This was in 7th grade. So yeah.
Go ahead, man. This is about you. Go ahead.
Grade.
Continue with it. That's wild.
So we dealt with that, and you had a couple of knuckleheads in high school that'd be like, yo, they just pull up on you because Lord knows what their household was like. They had to learn that from an adult. Homeboy, white boy coming up to you, talking about, what does NAS stand for? What? Niggas are stupid. You know what I'm saying? And straight ignorance.
They're dumbass black jokes.
Yeah, so.
You know when I figured that out? I didn't know that they were black jokes, for real.
Yeah.
A white boy came up to me and said, hey, you know the story about how God created the earth in 7 days, right?
I didn't hear this one.
Right? And I said, yeah. Mind you, he got me going out the gate.
Yeah,
you know, I grew up in a Christian household. I know this.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, yeah. Yeah, so you know how on the 7th day he looked at his creations and see what he had made? Yeah. Yeah, so he was overlooking the people and then he was like, shit, I burnt the patch. Wow. Y'all looked at him and I said, yo, am I supposed to laugh at that shit?
I never heard that one, dog.
So just imagine.
Yeah.
That's why I said I know what I experienced it on. There's some cold people in Wings, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some very good people in Wings.
There's some very good.
But there's the population that really don't know nothing about our people. Like, it don't even matter from American black to West Indian black. It just doesn't matter. They don't know about us, period.
Right.
They don't socialize with us. They don't interact with us. But they have so many jokes about us.
Yeah.
Not knowing nothing about us.
They don't know nothing about us. All they know is TV.
And then they come to you and say this shit to see if it's like I don't know if it's supposed to be like their barrier breaker or some shit like that, but it never worked with me.
Nah, some of them was straight malice. It was straight malice.
Exactly.
It was straight malice.
No good intentions.
Don't try to rationalize that shit. It's straight malice, no good intentions. They wanted they face pushed it.
That's crazy. You had to
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
that we all somehow went through that shit when we going to schools out there.
Yeah, but we are loving people, so it's crazy how
we actually ignore it for the most part.
Ignore it for the most part. That teacher did get ignored though, because I told my medical director in the building, which is sad nowadays. In Mecco, they don't have a medical director in each building, which they need. Because when situations like this happens, they can address it right away. But the lady got fired. Long story short.
Oh, good shit.
You know what I'm saying? But so
she didn't belong in an environment to children.
She still had that old slave mentality. Like that. She's the oppressor mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's okay. In high school, everything was beautiful. I played a lot of sports. Got mad love off the sports.
Did you play, what sport was your main sport? You was on the team? School team?
I was on the school team.
Okay.
Freshman hopping on JV, then JV hopping on varsity and everything like that. But,
you played Marshfield?
Did I play Marshfield?
No, Marshfield. Y'all played Marshfield?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Dual County League? We was in Dual County League.
Okay. No, I'm trying to figure out who y'all played.
Played like Acton Boxborough.
Oh, okay. All right.
Wellesley, we played.
Yeah. You played it because we played Wellesley.
Okay.
We played Newton North.
I think we played Weymouth.
I feel like y'all were one of the team.
Yeah,
Lincoln Sudbury, right?
Yeah. We played Weymouth.
Silver Lake? Y'all play Silver Lake?
Nah, I don't know about that. That might have been out of league because sometimes you play out of your league.
Yeah, that was out of the league for us. I was wondering if y'all played them.
Nah.
They're not in our
I want to say we played Weymouth, bro.
You must have because Acton Boxborough. I didn't play football. Huh?
Did you play Concord?
Nah.
Okay, so maybe you wasn't in the league.
Nah, because Acton Boxborough was out of we played them in football, not basketball, and they used to bust our football.
It was nice. Nice.
Yo, my man,
nice.
he said that Acton Boxborough, they were like grown men.
Yes, they were. I remember. Yeah. We were
They
2
looked
years
like they were
apart.
all
So,
boys.
Yeah.
They were all big and fast.
Yes,
and
they
scary.
was. Yes, they was. Yeah.
I
And
was
all
like,
white boys.
Yeah.
All white boys.
Yeah, like mean white boys.
Yeah.
My man was like, yo, bro, I wish you played football. Because this is the type of team where you would have a great game. Because knowing who we was playing, you've been super in. No bullshit. But yeah, man. So not to go off topic, let's get back on track. You're in high school in Sudbury. You're attending high school out there also.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now you're you're popular
Playing
because you're on the sports.
Yeah, people know me.
Were you one of the better
girls
basketball
know
players?
me. Yeah, I was one of the better basketball players.
All right, so you popular.
The team.
You popular. You the man.
Yeah.
You was a man. How many black people would you say were at your school when you were there?
Out of all the medical schools, we had one of the biggest populations of medical students in medical schools. So we had about I'm gonna say 4 buses going out there.
Imagine that, bussing.
Yeah, I know bussing. Boston history. That's Boston history.
And that's why.
That's why Boston is different from any
We got to talk about that. Remind me to go back to that at the end of this. Because that's one of the current topics.
Versus education.
This is one of the current topics that I really want to touch on. Because my daughter's now in charter school. And
my son's in Mecca.
And we signed her up for Metco since she was 1. Right?
Yeah.
Because why? We don't want her to go to Boston Public Schools.
Right.
But you're seeing all these funds being allocated to these charter schools, whether it's private or whatever, right? Yes. Whether it's private investors or funds from the city, right?
Yeah.
But somehow all these charter schools are up and
everywhere.
Look at what they did to Rothway Comprehensive Health Center. That's Bridge now, right? Yo, it's so where
High Park High is now New Mission High.
Bro,
and some other schools.
Ridiculous.
They split it in half.
So my thing is, that's why I said we're going to talk about that after, right? We'll get back to that. So you have a large population, so you didn't feel like you were out of place.
We had.
But you knew that this was not your place.
Right.
But what I want to touch on is that you were so popular, right? Did you feel out of place at all? When you got to that height of acceptance, let's say, because at this point you were more accepted than neglected, correct?
It's based on who you talk to. Everybody has their own experience of that suburban lifestyle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like some people that I thought were, you know what I'm saying, not into our black culture, but more into the suburban culture. After high school, it was like, yo, I hated it.
Right.
Oh, I don't like what it made me. And for me, I'm so much of a fish in water, for lack of better words. Like, I make myself comfortable wherever I go. You know what I'm saying? Like, so out there it was just like, just being anywhere else to me.
Right.
To me, that's just me. I can only speak for myself. So, to the music, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was 16, so we're talking about 9th, 10th grade, because I skipped a grade when I was younger. So I was a grade ahead of everybody, and I was always the youngest person in my grade.
Likewise.
You know, same shit?
Yeah, I was born in September, so when I came here,
give it up to that.
I was already going into 2nd grade, and they put me back in 1st grade.
Okay.
So I had to redo 1st grade when I came in.
So, when I was 16, I made my first album. And how that came along was that my boy Benjamin Baltimore, you know what I'm saying? We used to always record.
His last name is Baltimore?
Baltimore. Yeah. Benjamin Baltimore.
Ain't that something? BB.
Yep. And we used to record in his basement on cassette tapes. Because that's something that I always did at my crib ever since I was about 9, 10 years old. Recording cassette tapes after school every day. Cause that was just my shit. And I would record my favorite songs and radio segments on radio.
Right.
88.9. 88.9.
Yo, shout out to you for bringing 88.9 back. Oh my God.
Yo, the old school Eminem, the old school Wordsmith, the old school, like, even in Boston, I was hip to like 7L and Esoteric and Nonfiction, all them white boys that could spit crazy.
Yeah, I got hip to Esoteric and Slang,
like all them.
By my white boys, I ain't gonna lie.
Recording them on cassette tape.
Terminology.
So I learned. So my boy Ben, for his parents for Christmas, I think, or his birthday, they got him this program called Sony Acid Music Pro. And I was like, oh shit, you could record on the computer? I was like, yo, let me borrow that. You know what that means? Got him. So I got that.
Yo, wait a minute. Wait. Talk about. Did you just hear the lingo? One minute brought back the late 90s. Gaff that.
I got that. You know what I'm saying? No gat needed. Gat needed.
Hey yo, shout out to you for bringing the lingo back. Man.
So that's how it all started. I took that program. And much respect to Ben, bro. And I started recording myself at my crib. By the time I turned 15, I had a whole album. And it's called Rude Awakening. I got that shit tatted on me right now. A cassette tape with Rude Awakening.
Hold on. I gotta get that. I gotta zoom in. Hold on. Let me see this. Say you good right there, bro. You good right there.
Rude Awakening, you know what I'm saying? Risky, they call me Risky. I got Risky music tatted on me.
Okay.
Risky on the right arm, music on the left.
Okay.
All
right.
You know what I'm saying? Made that when I was 16, dropped it, and I made mad duplications of the CD at my school like that.
Right.
And I had my homies doing it with me too. We'd be in the media room, and I'll buy a whole deck of
blank tapes.
blank CDs.
Oh
CDs
yeah.
at this time.
The 50 deck?
CDs at the 50 deck. Yeah, you know. Radio Shack,
Bro.
shout out to Radio
Walmart.
Shack, all that, Walmart.
Back then, matter of fact, Bradley's.
Ames. Yep, Bradley's on Cummins and American Leisure. Shout out. I had my homies in the media room, and we was making copies. And that got everywhere in Sudbury, everywhere in Mattapan, Hyde Park. A lot of people got that CD. To this day, some people still got that CD. And that's where everything started. A lot of people was like, yo, where'd you record that? I'm like, on my crib. So from that point, I became an engineer. Everybody wanted to record at my crib. My parents was, real loving. They respected that. I never decided to gangbang. You know what I'm saying? In my area, there's a lot of gangs. You could have gangbanged just like that. You know what I'm saying?
You right around the corner from Rosewood and River Street.
Greenfield, Wood Ave, Rossville, all
that.
Chaos, motherfucker, everything. Some well-known, well-selling, crazy shit going on.
Bell Nell,
everything.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Enough respect to all the hoods.
Yes.
So
shout out to you for being a soldier and staying in your own lane and not taking that path, man.
Yeah, not taking that path.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? And having friends that are into that life, and having friends that are adversaries to some of my best friends, and letting me know, like, yo, don't stand next to this man, because I'm letting shots fired at him. And you know what I mean? What can I say? I'm not in that life. I can't tell you how to live, but nigga, don't shoot me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So, you know what I mean? That's just a lifestyle that a lot of us in Boston can relate to, and we had to just maneuver through.
Those are some sticky situations to be in right there, man.
Hella sticky.
So for one friend to tell you don't stand next to this man who you're also cool with because they about to let things fly out.
Right. And these are all homies that used to play in the park.
Take a life.
These are all homies that used to play in the park with
Yeah. That's wild, man. That's in people like you and me, because I chose not to do that. It's like you don't get enough salute, and that's why I want to salute you, because it takes a bigger person not to follow the path that everybody else who thinks it's cool is doing.
Right.
You made your own way.
Right.
You were cool for other things.
Right. And
people respected you for what you do.
That's right. Yeah, straight up.
You know what I'm saying? And you gotta salute scholars, genuine scholar talk. Dog.
I got you too.
Definitely.
We come from the same club.
Go ahead and continue with that. Cause that's just a hard. That's a stuck in a hard between a rock and what do they say? A rock and a hard place.
Rock and a hard place.
That's just crazy.
A lot of times that shit saved me in a lot of situations. I remember times leaving Ross Field and cats being like, "Yo," cause a lot of places I go dolo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just cause I know guilty by association.
Affiliation.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I'll leave the park late, just ball my ass off, trying to dunk and shit, get hung. Motherfuckers be like, dudes be like, yo.
That was in the Sprite commercials, heavy back there.
That's right, yo, Sprite, yup. We be rapping on the throne. I remember one time leaving the park and this cat was like, yo, who's that? Where he from?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't no sucker either, so I just be like, yo, I'm from down the street. Feel me? Like, Blake Street, that's why, you know what I mean? I'm going there, dog. I don't gang bang, da-da-da. I let cats know, too. Like, I don't bang, whatever. But some people ain't care.
Right.
But right next to him will be a cat that knows me. And knows him. And then they be like, yo, chill, that's the homie.
Right.
just straight like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm on my way.
Right.
You feel me? So that's
that respect, right?
That's that respect. You know what I'm saying? I respect a lot of cats for doing that for me. But okay, so music, boom.
Really, they did that for themselves because if they allowed their man to do something to you who doesn't claim none of that shit, right?
Right.
They would have looked like a sucker.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So shout out to that man for also being a stand-up individual too.
Yeah.
Like, nah, he don't leave that man be.
Right. He's not part of it. He's not part of that lifestyle.
Salute that man too.
Right. So
need more of that in the city.
We do need more of that.
Like right here currently.
Right now. People that listen.
Yeah, because I just see a lot of sucker shit. Just people let a lot of sucker shit happen.
Yeah. Shout out to that man for pumping the brakes too.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Pumping the brakes.
Exactly.
Really sitting back and listening to his man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, man. Continue. I'm fucking with your story, man.
No, it's all good.
I'm fucking with your story, brother.
So I went from my mission at first was to be the best rapper alive.
Right.
Cause I'm the type of dude that used to rap. I used to rap with my brother. Used to write, so we used to do this thing where we write on. My father had computers.
You said your brother's 4 years older than you.
Brother's 4 years older than me, so we used to hop on a computer and write in battle raps to each other. And then I'll leave the computer. He'll come onto the computer, look at my battle rap, and reply to it. And then we'll go like that. We used to do shit like that.
That's dope.
We used to watch karate. I think it stemmed from karate movies. Because we had the illest connect, we watched mad karate movies, and it came to a point where we were so in love with karate and kung fu that we used to play karate movies in slow mo.
Who was your favorite?
My favorite back then.
So in all those movies, who was your favorite actor?
Damn, I mean, it's gotta be. I gotta give it to Bruce Lee. I gotta give it to Bruce Lee. But there's some other dudes, I don't even know the name. But we used to like slow down. We used to play these movies in slow mo on the VHS. Play it in slow mo, and bro, I'd be like, yo, you're him, and I'm this dude, and we'll play it in slow mo. We'll be like, yo, I'll be the snake style, he'll be the tiger style, and we'll just watch the TV and do it, mimic it with each other. Like, yo, that shit was out, bro. We used to move the table. We used to move this shit out the way and get it rocking right here.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Me and my bro. But, yeah, so.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
funny thing, my older brother introduced me to all them kung fu and Shaolin and shit, all that shit. And Tai Chi. He introduced me to all that shit.
That shit was dope. And, like, I think Gilly the kid's brother or his friend, I think his name is Wallow or something like that.
Oh, Wallow.
Yeah, Wallow.
It's his cousin.
Yeah, his cousin.
They're cousins.
Yeah, they was arguing one time about the Karate Man.
Oh, so you watched that podcast? Yeah. More than a million words or some shit like that.
Right. He was saying one time like, yo, don't nobody fuck with the Karate Man on the block.
Because Wallow's the karate one.
Yeah,
He's the karate.
He's like, yo, if you know karate and you on the block, nobody fuck with you.
It was recent. That's a recent episode.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
So, that was bad funny though. Nobody really fuck with my bro. Nobody really fuck with me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We fought each other more so. But so I went from, alright, so now I'm the engineer on the block, bro. And I've been recording cats for years. From 16 years old, you know, after I left, you know, so that was like one of my high moments right there when I found out that I could do music and I could record in my house. And my parents let me do it too.
So that's what really gave you. That's where you was like, you know what?
That nurtured,
do this shit.
That planted the seed. I was recording mad cats. I was making mad songs in my crib. Everybody from everywhere was coming around. My father makes everything with his hands. He made a little court in the back, put up a hoop in the backyard. We could play in the back.
That's that West Indian
yeah,
nature.
He makes everything.
Yeah.
Makes everything. Yes, today he was making something. So anyway, the man's like 68. So
shout out to Pop.
Shout out to
your Pops.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Pop. My Pop's 62, man. He's the same way. My Pop's built me and my little brother's first bunk bed. On dogs. We went and bought all his pieces of wood, varnished all them shits, got all his
He never did it before.
Never, bro.
He never did it before.
He's just technical, mechanical, anything technical, mechanical, he's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Pops, man. Both of them. Go ahead.
So I've been recording cats since then. I got.
And this is at 15.
This is at 15, 16.
And you dropped the EP at 16.
Yeah.
And what'd you say it was called again?
Rude Awakening. Yeah, Rude Awakening. That's some of the hardest shit you ever on that album, dog. Some crazy shit, crazy concepts.
Time out. Is this album available on?
Nah, it's not available. That's one of those things I'll probably let go.
So you don't even have it on tape no more or CD?
I have every track. I still got it.
But you got every track.
There's a few people with some of the CDs still. Some people still have that CD.
So
since old.
Let me ask you this.
Since 03.
Damn. 03. I was a junior in high school, man.
Some people still have that CD. One day I took out the trash, and then my man's pulled up playing it. He's like, yo, I just happened to be playing. I still got your CD. Yeah.
So that means that was a good body of work.
It was a crazy body of work. The concepts.
Have you ever thought of actually releasing it for real? Like going through
I'd have to re-record it.
Seeing what you re-record,
Quality,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Because obviously you've elevated into a much better artist by now.
Yeah.
And your engineering producing skills are obviously way better.
When I do that, that'll be my Reasonable Doubt. Straight up. Nah, everybody say Jay-Z's
Reasonable Doubt was his best album.
Yeah, because it took him 26 years of his life making that album. That album was my 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Of my life.
Damn.
Like,
that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight.
I'm definitely gonna be one of those people purchasing that.
No doubt. It's gonna be out there.
That's a fact. Like I was earlier before you came. You remember you came in here. You was like, "Yo, you rocking my shit already?"
Yeah.
I try to get into it, everybody, bro. But before you came, like I told you, I had to call my lady in here to listen to the track.
Yeah.
Because I was telling her, I'm like, damn, word. I got another person I can listen to while I'm riding around. Because when I'm riding around, most of the time, like before I started this, I always put on my brothers.
Okay.
My man K Goon Hustle. My man D. Lou, she ain't really...
Okay, I watched K Goon Hustle's...
his episode, right?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, so that's bro.
Yeah.
And when he was doing all the shows, like, every show I could be at, I was there.
K Go On Hustle.
K, Go On and Hustle.
Go On and Hustle, yeah.
Now, and then here's the other one. Oh yeah, K Go On Hustle.
K Go On Hustle, yeah.
Bro, and you see what I'm saying? So it's like, and it's just... Or he even hits me like, K Goon, don't forget to hustle.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shout out to K Goon. Shout out to my brother K Goon, man.
I don't know, but enough
yo,
respect.
listen, alright. I guess I gotta let out the bag. I had a plan when I heard him rap to link him and K Goon rap. I need them on the track. So it's already a dead deal. Like you're gonna meet him.
Yeah.
I also have another engineer that I want you to meet.
Okay.
Shout out the genius, Aaron. I don't know if you heard of the North Productions.
Nah.
Alright. Trust me, we got some things to talk about,
Yeah,
man. But let's get back to we're not gonna get too off topic.
Right.
So back to the main subject, right? So you're engineering at 15. You become the hot spot for everybody around the way. You come through, record, like they know you can
Not
do
just
it.
know this all freehand. I don't know nothing about recording.
You're right. They just feeling your vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just want to work with you.
Yeah.
You drop an EP at 16.
Yeah.
By yourself.
By myself. Yeah.
Scholar, I don't even want to dap you. I want to give you a gentleman's handshake.
No.
That's
a nice firm one.
yeah, because for you to be able to do these things at that age back then, you kind of ahead of your time,
right?
Because this is around the time when computer is evolving.
It just came around.
Like so, they just came around, but then now they're starting to evolve.
I was recording on tape to digital.
So now you see what I'm saying?
In that transition.
So you were already you taught yourself these things though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I have a saying, right? that I love. Less imitating, more innovating. It seems like in the ghetto, the hood, the urban setting, everybody jumps on the trend and tries to do the same thing.
Very true.
Versus everybody creating a trend and combining them to form a movement.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I always think about that because it's like nobody wants. So there's the other saying about the best leader is also a good soldier, right? Everybody wants to be a leader. Nobody wants to be a soldier. Nobody wants to put the work in. Everybody wants to just go from here straight to boss status without no experience, no foot. You don't have no repertoire. You see what I'm saying?
No scars.
Exactly. So that's why I really want to salute you because you started doing this at a young age, and
That's right.
to not have a push. It's just because, like, you were obviously around music, but you didn't even have a push. You motivated yourself.
Yeah.
Did you watch my episode featured Dolo Rosie?
I started to. The young boy, 15.
He's 15 years old.
Yeah, I started to.
He is actually who I'm picturing you were at that age.
Look at, yeah. I gotta watch the rest of it.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please. Shout out my man Josiah. Shout out my man Vlad Klitschko, man. You know who you are. Klitschko, keep being the top dad to those two boys, man. That's my man's son.
Pops.
You know what I'm saying? That's Pop right there. He do a wonderful job. Shout out to both of their parents, like their mothers too. But I want to shout out my man Klitschko. You doing a hell of a job being a father. And all my other brothers that's being a great father to their kids or trying to, shout out all that, man. Bless. But back to you, right? Doing all that at a young age, you know what that shows? What's the correct word is you took the initiative.
Oh yeah.
Whenever you take an initiative to do things to better you or to become better at something, that right there is I always feel like that's like the first step, the first characteristic that shows to me that somebody has the greatness within them. They just need to put in the work to get there. But it's already in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody didn't just come and magically sprinkle some greatness on you and you're great now. You was born that way. You just have...
It's crazy I'm coming back to that.
Give me a little bit about, like, what you feel is in you that just allows you to be so motivated by yourself. Elaborate on that for me a little bit. Because that's rare, bro. Like, usually somebody, most people need a push. I didn't hear no push from you. Like, you grew up in a home, in a family. Music was obviously a staple in the family, right? But to actually do it, didn't nobody say, oh, son, you should, moms or pops didn't say, oh, son, you should, or uncle didn't say, oh, mom. You did it on your own. Take me to what you feel about it yourself. Like, I want you to be a little cocky right now. Like,
yeah, I mean, alright, so
don't be humble. This is you. Amazing. The man's name is Amazing. And I'm not gonna lie, listen to him rap. The boy got some amazing shit in them bars, man. He's a bar rapper. Nowadays, it's not really about bars. This boy got bars. This top scholar got bars.
No gimmicks, no gimmicks either.
At all. Please fill me in.
I can do it all. I can make you dance. I can make you cry. I can make you happy. I can make you, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, I can bring you to the streets.
I like the track you had on there for Shorty.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. You want to make love. Just like that. And that's a line what I just said just now is from Big Pun. Big Pun said that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
we spoke on him earlier.
Yes, we did.
Because I feel like I hear you in some of your tracks. I hear him in your tracks.
How I feel like my drive was just me loving music by myself. I felt like I just stumbled upon music, dog. And whether it was just, it obviously been in my family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously been in my family, but where I took it, as far as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
nobody in my family took it there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm the first one to take it there. My brother is an awesome freaking writer. Like, my brother is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's awesome. So I feel like we're the first frontier that, even like with basketball, the only person that played basketball before us was my uncle.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He's my father's age.
So y'all were the pioneers for it.
Yeah, man, we the pioneers for it. So what really took me there is just my own ambition to just be something great.
Mm-hmm.
And what I felt and where I took it when I was 15, 16 years old, as far as taking the leap to record myself and say, yo, I'm good enough for everybody to hear. I want everybody to hear me. And I don't care. I always had that fearless drive. I never had fear in me.
Mm-hmm.
It was never a factor to me. Because I never really cared what anybody thought. You know what I'm saying? It's like, my art is my art.
Right.
So I did, you know what I'm saying? I did everything. I even made beats too. I was sampling beats before Kanye. Before Kanye became popular. When Kanye became popular on the mixtape scene, dudes was telling me like, yo, you heard Kanye? Yo, his shit sound like your shit. Like, you be sampling shit like Kanye.
Can we talk about the beat that really blew Kanye up though? What beat you think it was?
That really put me on to Kanye?
No, the beat that blew him up.
Champions. We are the champions.
You think so?
Dipset? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What do you got?
My favorite rapper would have been Jadakiss
Okay.
if it wasn't for Beanie Siegel.
So what brings you there?
Beanie Siegel's.
Yeah,
Do you remember The Truth? Kanye made that beat. That right there, I feel in the industry is really what made people want to. Because when people heard Siegel's track, The Truth.
Stop. He was sampling gospel. The Truth.
The organs. Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, keep going, man. Keep going.
Kanye's the man.
So that's crazy that you was already sampling.
Yeah. So when I made Rude Awakening, all the beats were mine, by the way. All the beats were mine, and they were all sample beats.
Yo,
so wait till you hear it. I'm gonna make sure you get a copy of the raw.
Yeah, I need your music.
I'm gonna give you the copy of the raw Rude Awakening.
I need to hear
from
that.
03. Yeah, I'm gonna give you that for sure.
Dog.
But so you can see where I was back then.
Yeah, and what you elevated to.
So where I was then, let me give y'all just a loop, like the fucking movie Looper.
Mm-hmm.
Like from where I was then to now, like this year, and it wasn't until like last year September that I realized like shit. Back in 03, I got into this music shit for real, for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people around the neighborhood realized that I could do this shit, I started doing it for everybody else. Just to keep it 100. And ever since then, I've really been doing it for everybody else. Until last year. Until I said like, yo,
time out.
No bullshit.
So you're telling me from 03
yeah, straight up.
to 2018.
Yeah, straight up.
We talking about 15 years.
Straight up. Straight up. Half my life.
The focus was no longer on
half
you.
my life, yeah, half my life.
It
because
was
we didn't even
literally-
get into after high school, going to college, going to business school at Northeastern, getting a scholarship.
Hold on, you went to Northeastern?
I was a Husky, man. Yeah, like in the golden years,
Yo,
in the party years.
Yo, Scholar.
We only 2 years away. We probably was
That's
at the
what I'm
same
just
damn
about
parties,
to
man.
say, bro.
Those were the golden years. They ain't had no years like that when we was there.
Wow.
Or like college, going to college during them years.
Wow.
So going there.
Salute you for getting to the next level after.
Yeah, people told me I couldn't get into Northeastern, but I got in. You feel me?
On academics.
On academics.
Hey,
in
yo.
a scholarship.
Yo, that's
The Ujima Fund.
Hey yo.
Ujima Fund.
Do you see this right here?
Yeah.
This is the essence of genuine scholar talk.
That's right.
Yo. Keep going.
So just a fast forward.
Yeah, you give me a little
fast
insight
forward through Northeastern. I did business 1 year. Didn't rock with it. I decided to try law. Didn't rock with it for 1 semester. Then I said, damn, what the fuck can I do? Like, I know my parents. I'm a first generation Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get a scholarship. My sister got one at Curry. My brother's going for his. I gotta get mine. So I found New England Institute of Art. I said I love music, so I found a music school. Got my degree at a music school.
What degree you got?
I got my associate's degree in the science in audio production.
Yo,
So I decided to pursue my music shit and my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. And shout out to Cypress. Cypress is the fucking guru of all audio engineers. I don't care what studio you at.
Big up rhythm writers.
Press is the guru. Mark me. If you know Press, then you know what I'm talking about. But so I did all that. I went through that journey, and I've been recording cats professionally. So from leaving, household studios to real studios, I started my first entrepreneurship. What do you call it?
Apprentice type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Apprentice. What do you call it? Fucking when you go to school and they want you to get the fucking the credits. Prerequisites, whatever. That's not the word, but basically, alright, so you had to get your hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
As or whatever in college, right?
Mm-hmm.
Prerequisites, whatever, I forget the damn word. But I basically had to get that through drum roll media.
Mm-hmm.
My boys,
I'm trying to remember.
Joey Benjamins.
Right.
Joey Benjamins held me down with that, and I was recording dudes at a studio in Chinatown. We was in Chinatown recording since 2010. I started 2010 professionally. You know what I'm saying? And
damn, you like a do-it-all?
Yeah, I was doing,
You a studio by yourself?
I was recording every hood you could think of. I recorded all them cats. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got credits on their mixtapes or whatever, or unreleased songs, playing hundreds of them. And then I started working at
Is your engineer name also M.Azin?
It's Risky Music.
Risky Music.
They know me as Risky.
Okay, so the street name
is Risky.
Is Risky.
Yeah.
And the rap alias
is M.Azin.
M.Azin.
That's right. That's when I rebranded. You know what I'm saying? So
the artist name.
The artist. So I got back into it last year, like, oh, fuck it, man. I decided to stop recording people. I was like, yo, the only reason why I'm not taking myself seriously because I'm not putting my focus on myself. So
did you feel like you was losing yourself for a little bit?
Nah, because the pen was always there.
But when I say losing yourself, I mean like focus on yourself.
Yeah, I was losing focus on myself. And then my wife would always tell me like, yo, my wife believes in me to the fullest. Like she's my hardest critic. Mm-hmm. Anything I put out that's garbage, she don't let me know right away. Anything that's corny, right away.
Yeah, my lady's the same way. She gives me her honest feedback.
Yeah, and I love it. You know what I'm saying?
And suggestions to do better things.
So as soon as I'm talking about stuff about myself, she's like, well, shit. When you're doing a show for you, you need to put a showcase together for yourself. You need to invite all your friends. Everybody's gonna show up. I can't wait to wear my dress. Yeah. I'm gonna get my hair done. You know what I'm saying? She's ready. She's amped for that because she sees it in me. She sees it in me. So I feel like a lot of people see it in me, but I wasn't seeing it in myself because I just was so 15 years. Yeah. 15 years of disconnect.
Right.
Now I just realized I need to get back to it.
And that's where I'm at right now. That's what I meant by lose yourself. Like, you're so focused on all these other projects with other people. Yeah. You forgot to keep doing you though. Yeah. That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
I forgot, and I had to cut it. Cause it's not like, I'm a man out here without no kids or responsibilities. I
Right.
have kids.
How many kids you got?
I have 2 kids. I have an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old.
Girl, boy?
Boy and girl.
Mm.
Boys
Oh,
are
you
old.
got. Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared to death. I got my girl, but I want a son, and I'm scared
You're
to death.
scared to take that shot, right?
I'm
It's a
scared.
shot in the dark.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm
It's a
scared.
shot in the dark.
I don't say I'm scared of shit. For
I had the
real,
boy
I'm scared
first,
of that.
so you know, it wasn't really, you know.
And you lucked out.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Respect, man.
I could have either had 2 boys or another girl, and
And
just
nonetheless,
like,
every
2
child
and
is a blessing, though.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, no doubt. So that's where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's what's up.
everything's full circle. Everything's full circle, and
Yo,
it's a blessing.
And before you continue, right? Now that I see how you brought, like, you made the connection to why you're where you're at now.
Right now,
Currently,
yes.
I understand it because we even in our messages when we initially had the first day, you was like, "Yeah, you know what? I want to be able to perform at 222 again to sharpen my blade."
Exactly.
You know, I was a kid.
Straight up.
And you see what I said? I said, "Listen, man.
Yeah.
As far as you and your craft go, if we need to reschedule a date to do this podcast,
Put that first.
that takes precedent."
Yeah.
I'm always going, you know what I'm saying? Because you working on your craft and striving to perfect that,
Yeah.
especially with the talent you got. Dog, you do everything. You just now telling me that you're a producer / engineer.
Yeah.
I thought you were just the artist, but you do it all.
I started a label too. Shout out
your label, man. Yo, this dude does it. Yo, the scholar does everything. That's why I need people. Yo,
I started a label.
you just earned
2012.
you just earned
I started a
the
label.
title top scholar.
No doubt.
I go from scholar. I'm gonna give you the rundown in a second, but you top scholar. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you the rundown in a minute.
So 2012, everybody remember we started Domination Records with me and my boy Kizzle, the homeboy that
Best
I met
friend.
when I came to Blake
Yep.
Mattapan. And we started Domination Records, Domination Entertainment, DNE.
Got it.
Went down to City Hall, me and him broke day and night, writing the business plan for it and everything. You know what I'm saying? And it was basically the whole mission was strength in numbers. We strengthen numbers. We're all leaders.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're all gonna assume positions in this corporation,
Mm-hmm.
we're all leaders. Don't let the labels misconstrue you.
Correct.
And that we're gonna push for all genres. So we had an artist from St. Louis, JB. Shout out to JB, he's the homie still.
Mm-hmm.
We had a homie Tragic from Florida. I can't remember which part of Florida, but talking about the gutter area of Florida.
Right.
And then we talking about my homeboy Skater. Skater just linked up with me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He's from around the neighborhood. And my homeboy Miggs. You know what I'm saying? We started out like that.
You said Miggs?
Miggs.
That's crazy. That's my cousin. I call him my cousin now. His name Miguel, but we call him Miggs.
Miguel? Big Miguel?
My cousin, he live in Cali.
Oh, I'm about to say we know Miggs too.
That's what I'm saying.
Man. So we started a label. Then long story short, everything. Was
No long story short. You, my friend, top scholar. You are well-rounded, accomplished.
Not yet. We just getting started. We just getting started.
When I say accomplished, like thus far. Because you definitely just getting started. I'm not gonna say you just getting started. You've been doing this since you were 15 years old, man.
Right.
A little bit younger.
Right.
So you're not just getting started. As far as career, now I would say yes, you just getting started.
Right.
But as far as putting in the footwork for your craft and this music, you've been doing it longer than a lot of people that I know that are just trying to come on the scene because they feel like they can make a couple dollars off this music. You really love this shit.
I love it.
Because you're producing. Let me put it this way. When you just confirmed for me the song I told you I really dig, and you said, yeah, that's my beat too. That it took me to another level of appreciation, bro.
Right.
I ain't even gonna lie. It took me to a whole nother level because that's the definition of original.
Right.
Everybody says like they have original. Like no, you modeled your style after something else.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that you're able to make your own beat, rap over it, then mix and master it, and make it a production, it's unbelievable. It's amazing shit.
It's amazing. Amazing shit.
Yo, I understand your name now, man.
Yeah.
Yo, give me the record label thing, man. Please tell me about
Alright, so Domination Entertainment.
You was about to try and skip over, give me the little short of the long. Nah,
Domination Entertainment was like my baby. And to this day, I still haven't
prized possession.
Yeah, I still haven't even buried it. It's still there subconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? We had about 5 artists. We had about 5 artists and growing. And what we did was we made a body of work, and we had a system.
Mm-hmm.
It was gonna be Skater first, then JB, then Tragic, then Miggs, and then maybe Kizzle, then maybe me. Me and Kizzle, the type of people we are. We put everybody first. We put everybody ahead of us.
Y'all was selfless.
Super. That's a Libra thing. We're super selfless.
You're a Libra. I'm a Virgo.
Yeah.
My birthday's September 6th.
Well, my son's birthday is September 8th. So
that's one of my best friend's birthdays.
Well,
shout out Jax, man. Jax.
Shout out to Kia.
We don't chill every day no more like high school days, but you still my brother. You know that.
Yep, and just know that. Word. So we got the label, right? And we get together to work. You know what I'm saying? We're at this time when we're doing Domination Entertainment, we are in the Rhythm Rider Studios. So I'm utilizing my family connections
mm-hmm.
To
networking.
We got free studio time.
As you should.
What me and Kizzle did was step aside and take the roles of a CEO and COO would do. We got artists and we said, yo, we want you to just be artists.
Mm-hmm.
If you like to get with chicks, whatever fucking recreational things you like to do,
mm-hmm.
get that rocking. Whatever if you need money for clothes, if you need money for this, that, and third, we're gonna get it rocking. Cause
mm-hmm.
on the side we was doing our thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so we was able to get everything rocking for a label. And that's what we did, you know what I'm saying? My boy Skater, I just seen him yesterday. It's crazy. I seen Skater just happened to pull up at my crib yesterday out of nowhere. He's on the back porch and then the dog's barking and everything. And my daughter's like, oh, somebody's on the back porch. And then my wife is like, it's Skater. I'm like, oh shit. She's like, what's that about? I'm like, I don't know. Go out there just to catch up with Skater.
When's the last time you seen him?
I haven't seen Skater in about 6-8 months.
Damn.
So when we was
family life has a lot to do with that.
Yeah,
I feel like too.
Yeah, and he respects it. And so Skater, back then Skater was going through a lot of things and blase, but Skater was a dope MC. He was a fucking animal. I'm talking like he was a light skinned Lil Wayne, bro. We talking about this is the old what I say. We got that rocking around 2011, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just amazing, bro. It was not even before. It was probably 2010, 2009. Yeah, but either way, it's around that time. We finished his album. It was called...
Because what? You graduated in what? 2010?
I know. Well, from college, 2010. 10? I graduated high school, 2006.
6, yeah, all right.
So by 2010, I want to say, I forget what year we let go of that album, but it was called the Free Throw Mixtape. Skater Boy. It was about 17 tracks and all amazing tracks, and it was songs that I recorded and mixed for Skater in Ghetto Hype Studios, which was Rhythm Rider.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Ghetto Hype.
Hey yo, shout out Ghetto Hype boy.
Big up.
Shout out to Press for making that happen.
Hey,
Shout
yo.
out to Sir E.
I make
Big Unk making that happen.
Yo, you're well connected, man.
Yeah.
You're well connected.
Yeah, they know me.
Yeah, definitely. Continue. So you meet at Ghetto Hype Studio.
At Ghetto Hype Studio,
Yep.
we recorded mad tracks, got it rocking, had a great album, plus songs on top of that to come after. We put together, me and Kizzle put together a little tour. We went down to DC, to Philly, did shows with everybody. You know, everything was funded by us. Everything's fully funded by us. But I will say,
Coming out of pocket. Like
yeah, us coming out of pocket for anything. But I will say, you know, I don't know, you know, things just fell off. You know, just to be blunt, like we was doing shows, and a lot of the, you know, like when you start a business and people like expect money, expect money too soon. When
you want to reap the benefits way sooner
than anybody. Nobody's reaping benefits.
Yeah.
Everybody's putting in.
Yeah.
A lot of us, you know, some of us are putting in, but nobody's reaping anything. But, you know, some people thought that they should be paid for this, that, and the third, and you could just see the total morale of the team falling off. And that's, just to be blunt, that's what happened. And it spread like wildfire through the camp. And the whole domination thing just kind of fell off. Damn. And yo, it's crazy because we had this show set up because we was doing shows. We was doing shows in Rhode Island and doing shows. We set up a tour, like I said, in DC and Philly. We had a show in Connecticut, bro, when Mano was popping. I'm talking about High Hater. High Hater was popping. So
it was like
you could
2013, 14.
So okay, boom. Okay, so that's 2013.
I want to say so, like 2012,
might
13.
Might be 2012. High Hater was popping, right? And we had a show to open up for Mano in Connecticut.
Wow.
When I tell you, we pulled up, and this is no disrespect, because this is just the story. It is, but you can't be mad at me. When we pulled up to pick up cats to go to the show, like we did every other show, we pick up dudes and go to them. Cats is acting stink. Cats is acting like, oh, if I'm not getting paid, I'm not doing this, that, and the third. I'm like, my nigga, you been here. We started this shit from the ground. This is a roots movement. We gave you the business plan in a meeting with all of us together. We should all be on the same page. Like, believe in this shit. But a lot of people, you know, we have a vision. Some people can't really see it.
I'm going through this
right
now.
Yeah, some people can't see it, and it's gonna be
right
later.
now.
It's gonna be later on that they see it and they're gonna apologize to you. But it is what it is. You know, some people didn't apologize to me, but they apologized to Kizzle. He's the one who wears hard on his sleeve. But anyway.
Because you not the one that let out emotions.
No,
they're not gonna know if you're really like how heated you are about the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
that's a good quality to have, bro.
Nah, it's a good balance. Yeah, it's good.
I'm talking about like
it's a curse.
Well, personally for you, that quality, when you make it in the industry, that's gonna help you a lot.
No doubt. So we
I wish I could like learn that from you.
You can. My boy Kizzle was learning it. So we so that thing fell off, and it's crazy because we was trying to save face that same day, right? Homies didn't want to go. So me and Kizzle's like, yo, backup plan. We got songs. We got Tragic. Tragic showed up. And then boom, we about to set out to Connecticut.
So how many of you? So it was you, Kizzle,
JB,
Skater,
JB,
and
Trash, and Miggs.
So 6 of y'all.
And Miggs, yeah.
Okay. Damn, y'all, and then that's a good amount of like. That's like it seemed like the right amount of people. Like a nice amount of people for a group.
Everybody's a fire flame spitter. Every single one of them was top tier fire. Like JB was top tier with T.I. Skater was top tier with Lil Wayne. Miggs was top tier with Drake. Tragic was in his own lane. Like Tragic was in his own lane. But, you know what I'm saying?
Who did they say you was related to? Who would they relate you to?
Well, me, I don't know. I don't know what they said I was related to.
Because you just broke it down.
I wasn't on some Kanye. I was on some Kanye shit.
You assessed everyone.
Yeah.
You just had a good assessment of everybody else.
I was on some Kanye shit. I was on some
I just told you that.
Early. I was on some early Kanye shit. You know what I'm saying? And so we try to save face. We try to save face. Like, yo, let's still make it to this show. It's crazy, man. Like, yo, we pull off to try to go to the show. Flat tire.
Oh, man.
Game over.
Oh, man.
Flat tire. It just wasn't meant to happen. You feel me? It wasn't meant to happen. I feel like when we had the right players in the car that day, we wouldn't have got a flat tire though. What you think, man? You know, but who knows?
I was just about to say, see how you said it wasn't meant to happen, but then everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And you see what you said about since 03 to last year of 2018, you was doing things for everybody else. Maybe this was one of those initial steps that started leading you back to yourself, man.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason.
Everybody took a hard hit after that. Like, you know, me and Kizzo, we was just like, damn, bro, we put everything on the line, da-da-da.
That's a lot of investing to do.
Yeah. So Kizzo started focusing on himself, and he did come out with, you know, High Off Life. He made a mixtape that I mixed. I didn't record it. I mixed and mastered that. The shit was fucking crazy. And what he thought was like after that I was gonna come after that. We had this talk the other day. He's like, bro, nigga, I kept on telling you to hop on it. And it's just I was so separated from myself that I didn't have the ambition to hop on it.
Yeah.
I was at the same time I was recording everybody. I was still in the studio picking up those hours because the money's good. When you're an engineer, ask any engineer that's getting hours. Ask them how good the money is. It's really good.
What were you charging at the time?
Well, I was working in the studio and I was getting about, you know, you're talking about 2012, 2013, getting 15 an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's good bread. Yeah. Under the table.
Absolutely.
No taxes taken out. Making good bread. And I'm hustling.
And especially
so I'm doing that, hustling and working.
Yeah.
I'm making bread.
Yeah.
I'm making mad bread. And then I just, you know, my son came 2011. So I had, you know, I had...
What month 2011?
September. My son is September.
Oh, the 8th.
Yeah.
Your son's the 8th.
Yeah.
My daughter was 2011.
What month?
December 13th.
Oh, shit, that's crazy.
Yeah, she about to be 8 years old next month. Your son just turned 8, right?
8, yeah.
That's wild.
That's wild, dog.
That is wild.
Yeah.
The funny, I got high, man, we gonna chop it. So, boom. Y'all decide.
So that's domination.
Damn, that's crazy. So, Domination Entertainment just like, it was like one effect, trickle down effect. In a landslide, though.
We had a system, bro.
But
it's copywriting things.
I was just about to say, y'all had it. You were doing it the right way.
We had a producer team, so it wasn't just me. Like
we
split up. We had specialization of labor. Like we did everything.
You even made the business plan. Like
we made the business plan. We broke night putting that shit together. Nights, me and Kizzo staying up, drinking coffee, smoking. Fucking typing that shit out. Oh, it should be like this. Oh, let's type a straight business plan, pages of that shit. And then we had a meeting one day with everybody we thought was really important and critical to what we wanted to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we just broke down every single part of it, and everybody was down with it. And then we talking about dudes from Roxbury, Dorchester, every neighborhood in Boston that were our homies, affiliation, you know, because I went to Mecca.
Right,
in Mecca,
right.
you meet everybody from the city.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. I had brothers from all over the city.
That's dope.
Yeah, man. It just, you know, it was everything.
That was one hell of, yo, listen, in whenever you commence a venture that fails, they always say the only thing that you can do is learn from it.
Yeah.
And be better.
Be better. Yeah.
And that's how you are where you are today.
As you can see, I ain't stopped.
At all.
I ain't stopped.
You've been grinding, bro. Yo, fam, salute never giving up on yourself.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. A lot of people give up on themselves before even other people do. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, yo, why would you ever do that?
Bro,
I know times get hard, but it's like, don't ever give up on yourself.
In the next 2 years, I'm gonna teach myself how to play the piano. You know what I'm saying?
I
By the
respect
time
that.
I'm 50, I'm composing some shit for a movie. I'm making a movie score. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's the type of
I
mind frame.
love your ambition, bro.
Right.
I love it. I love it. I respect it. I love that shit, man. When people watch this, I know that your whole aura, your whole aura is gonna transcend through that lens into their wherever they're watching, whether they're in their car, their living room, their bathroom, kitchen, whatever it is. It got you because you're the first one that this actual topic about never giving up on yourself has come into the conversation. You've been doing this since you was 15. You're 31 now. That's 16 straight years. Mind you, 15 of those years you wasn't focused on yourself because you put out an EP at 16, and then from then you wasn't you no more.
It was never about me after
you was
that.
trying to take everybody.
Never about me after that.
Exactly.
Never.
So big up to you for never giving up on yourself, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to the 80s babies, man.
Shout out to the 80s.
Shout out to the, I feel like we was our era was blessed. I feel like, so you know how we 80s babies, it's like, oh, those 80s babies. You don't hear that about the 90s or the 70s or the 60s, like 80s babies.
It's 80s babies.
You
It's
know,
never the 70s babies.
Yeah, no, it was
90s
the,
babies.
there's no 90s, the 2000s, like no, it's the 80s babies.
Oh, yeah.
We was born in a special era, bro. That decade that we was born in was a special time.
Right.
Shout out to you, man,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
No. So I
Shout
want,
out to us.
yeah, facts, more life.
More life.
And job blessings,
Come on. And our seeds
definitely.
will be the next year. The next years you hear about. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
that's
It's
a
gonna be
fact.
shout out to them 2011. You know
I ain't even gonna lie.
Right.
I just be watching her to see what she is really good at that she
Anything
wants to
awesome
do
shit.
that I can build in
I
her
don't know what your
business.
daughter does, but
Bro, is your child? Okay? What's the age gap between your daughter and your son?
5 years
Okay, my daughter.
or 4 years.
Your son's 8.
Yeah.
My daughter's 7, about to be 8, right? She's on Roblox heavy. You know what Roblox is?
Yes, of course I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I didn't, do my parental job, I would not know what Roblox was. But of course, when she started getting on it, I had to see what it was.
Right.
And that's when I found out it was the new version, basically for them, of our Sim City.
Yes. Yeah. It is. Yep.
We was on PC with it though.
Yeah.
So boom, she's on some architectural designer shit in there.
Ain't that crazy?
Bro, she just built a school. And the thing is, like, she's with her cousins. They be on 3-way on the phone while they're on the iPad and shit. You know what I'm saying?
In the same world.
In the same world,
Yeah.
bro. And she has her friends from school, but the other day, her and her cousin and the other cousin, they all built a school. And I'm like, and they talk about
library,
the classroom, the computer room, and all that, right? And then she's telling me about how she has a job and she chose to be a pizza delivery person because that's the one that pays more, so she can have money to buy more features for her house, right?
Oh, shoot.
So, no, bro, they could spend a whole day on this shit.
Yeah, they can. Yep.
And I'm like, damn, I kind of don't want her to be on a computer all day, but she's learning.
You have to monitor.
You have to monitor it.
You have to
But
monitor it.
you have to understand, like, yo,
nurture it.
Exactly.
Nurture the good shit.
And she's,
Yeah.
and this is one of those good things.
Yeah,
the thing you have to watch with the Roblox is that group chat shit.
Yes, the people in there.
You see what I'm saying?
Some people in there,
this
man.
is prime pedophile technology.
Play area. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Child chat rooms where they can act like they're a different age and they're talking to these kids.
Yeah.
So that's the shit I monitor.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I know who she be on there with for the most part because anytime she's on Roblox, she's on the phone also with her cousins.
And then just let her know you can see everything.
Exactly.
Because I let my kid know, yo, I got the history.
Exactly.
I know the whole history, all your YouTube.
But the funny thing is, she still tried to play me, bro. She's so smart, right? Mm-hmm. She's aware of how smart she is, but she still trying to play me. Like, when I go in there, she'll like, I see how she'll quickly try and like tap the minimize window on some screen and say,
pause.
What are you doing?
Why are you pausing it?
What are you
mad
doing?
suspicious.
Alright, bet. Alright, so you already know what I'm doing. Alright, you already know what. Alright, bet. So, bro, I want to get back to let's finish up with. Let's wrap it up with D&E, Domination Entertainment.
Yeah.
That was your baby.
That was my baby.
That was your baby, right? And it didn't go as well as you intended.
Right.
Participants didn't see the ultimate vision that you did initially, and the energy with certain scenarios that transpired died out.
Yeah, it wasn't reciprocated.
Right. Now, D&E is now a thing of the past.
Right.
You're back to you now. Is there anything in between that happened where you really was like, you know what, I got like, so 2012 to let's say 2016, right? Mm-hmm. What is going on in those years that really, because what did you end up doing once D&E kind of died? Like, did you continue to still do the music?
Yeah. So my pen never stopped.
Mm-hmm.
I always made songs.
Mm-hmm.
Always wrote them. Blase. But I guess what happened in between then, I got more into the role of being a husband and being a father.
Big ups to that.
Yeah. Because, you know, I also made a lot of mistakes, so I had a lot of things I had to address within myself to correct, to address the decisions I made, bad decisions I made. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do a lot of that self-correction.
Check yourself.
Yeah, check myself.
Yeah.
And then once I got that in place, and you know, still working on myself to this day, I started looking at myself, like personally, just like in my pictures. I started looking at myself like, damn, I don't like the way I look. So I got my health right. Now, you looking at a man that's about 195, about 195. I used to be 230 in 2013, 2014. I used to be 230.
And was that just like unhealthy eating habits or what? Not taking care of yourself?
I think it was just, who knows? There's a plethora of things going on. But I got that in check now. I got all that in check now.
Shout out to my scholar's vocabulary. You're the plethora of things. If you don't know what it means, then go look it up. It's genuine scholar talk. You gotta shout out the vocabulary, man.
You know what I'm saying? So the past 3 years, I done got my whole health and everything in check. Like,
as far as like
intermittent dieting, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, working out when I can. I don't eat any chicken, beef, or
so you got all the meat out.
I eat fish and seafood.
Okay.
I'm pescatarian. Yeah. And just like, I guess, being more spiritual. You know, I started reading more. So it started like, and a lot of things is like being born again. Damn it! When I remember when I was a kid, I used to read a lot. I just remember those things. I used to. I guess what happened was that I started to think back to what made me me, what made me happy. I think that's what the essence is. I'm getting back to that kid that used to go to church with my mom every Sunday, and I would take the church program. On the back of it, writing rhymes. Writing rhymes. And if I'm not writing rhymes,
she ain't ever catch you?
Nah, she got me. My mom's, like I said, they let me record in the crib. What I was doing in that.
She was cool, yeah. It was good.
Yeah, she knew, I don't know what it is, but they just let it happen. They let it rock. They let it rock.
So I'm steady on the road to figuring
back
time
to that.
travel. If I
Just back to
succeed,
that.
I'll lead the blind cattle.
Every day I gotta write at least 8 bars. My boy TC, shout out to TC and the whole Asian G crew. That's our crew we made in high school.
Fake food,
Boston
fake
gang.
rolling
You
up
know what I mean?
K2.
Like,
Reality shows are cool, but
What's up, some wrestling shit? The Horsemen?
ladies and fights make great juice.
it was a gang. We made a gang. And we had hats. We got the hats tatted up in high voltage from downtown. You know, high voltage.
Shout out High Voltage. I got
Check that shit,
my
man.
favorite
High
pair of
Voltage.
Tack Farm jeans from High Voltage back in the
They
day.
had the arcade next door.
Yes, yes.
Chinese boys used to fuck you up.
Bro, I was just talking about High Voltage with my people the other day, and they were trying to tell me, like, because they couldn't remember High Voltage and Manhattan. They didn't remember that there was a Manhattan.
How you gotta remember Manhattan?
I was trying to tell them
Put your
that.
fitters in your
You know-
ABs.
Okay, do you remember the Sovereign? You know the Sovereign Bank Center? That's where Manhattan used to be. And I'm trying to tell them, yo, y'all don't remember? There was Manhattans across from Big Seven.
Tripping.
And the High Voltage was 2 streets over.
Yes.
Alright, yo, listen, tripping. I used to be down.
Yeah, come on,
For
man.
sure, man. Definitely. Yo,
Oh yeah, that's what it is, man. We back at it, man.
Yo,
It's
listen.
the resurgence, man.
I'm so blessed. I feel like I'm blessed right now to be here to share this experience with you, because my thing is, Boston, there's so much hate and anger in this city, and nobody really knows where it comes from. And I'm talking hood to hood type shit, right? The older generation knows what's up. And that's who I actually put more of the blame on, because
Of course you do, yeah.
I feel like I have younger dudes that listen to me, right, that are in the streets,
Yeah.
but they know I've never been a gangbanger,
Right.
but they've always respected me,
Right.
because I'm definitely a person that's going to defend and protect myself. Some people actually refer to me as a protector of others. You see what I'm saying? But I never say that, because everybody I'm around can protect themselves.
Themselves, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I always I personally put the blame on the OG, because it's like, yo, the younger generation, they're so misguided that you're the ones that are in a position to give them the advice to point them in the right direction.
Yeah.
And they don't.
Don't do it.
You know why? Because I still see OGs like, I don't even call them OGs. I still see older heads out and about, whether I'm at Washington Park, or I'm at the barber shop, or I'm at Franklin Field, you know what I'm saying? And they still having conversations about sending young bulls to go do some shit. You know what I mean? Kids that are that innocent, that don't really know what the beast's about. They was born in that neighborhood, but they're not supposed to be in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
But yet they will encourage them to do some dumb shit so that they can look, their status can still be the you know what I mean? And that's who I really put the blame on.
Look what that turns into. Like I just told you off camera. I used to work in DYS.
Yep.
I used to have this kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
He came in 2 times on gun charges. Both times he just took the gun charges because older man's was in the whip, right?
Yep.
And they just gave it to him. This year, he got pulled over again, right? And I had to read this in the news. He's running. He got the guns on him again, and he's running. This time, it's the 3rd time, so he knows he's going to get at least 15.
3 strikes.
He's going to get at least 15 years. He doesn't want to go back. So what does he do? Bust at the cops. What the cops do? Put his ass down. Lost his life. Why? Let's speculate. But that's all I'm going to
Are you
say.
talking about Rudy? Over there off Dorchester Ave?
Nah, it's not Rudy.
A few years ago?
Nah, that's the D's. The D's put down Rudy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I don't remember that Rudy. Nah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's another younger kid.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Young boy, bro.
How old was he?
Oh, he had to be like 16. 17 tops.
Damn, man.
Damn, man. So,
Yo, you know what bugs me out about this right here? And I'm guilty of this thought when I was younger, even though I knew better.
yeah.
Well, you know, we all go through that I don't give a fuck phase. I don't know
Of
what it
course.
is, you know what I mean?
Oh, man. Fearless.
But
Motherfucker, man.
but my
I
thing
remember
was,
a time I used to like to inflict pain. I remember a
Yeah.
time when I used to like to hurt people. I remember a time like that. Yeah.
I remember that. I'm not even gonna go into that.
Yeah, but yeah.
Like, I've never been one to like to hurt people, but I went through a phase where I didn't care about hurting people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but my thing is this, right? It's like, I understand. Yo, after I'm gonna keep it a whole dollar. Watching my daughter be born, it took me to a different place. I watched her come out. Like, I was recording with a camera. Like, I have the camera in my room. I have the video.
Cameraman.
I watched the head come out, and I was like, oh shit, that's her head. That's when I realized it was her head. And then that's when the camera stopped recording, because I was like, oh, well, I've lost focus.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's when I realized, like, yo, if more scholars understood what it really took to give life, they wouldn't be so quick to take one. A woman has to walk around with a fetus inside her for 9 months, bro.
Sacrificing the body.
Organs shifting in different places, right?
Body getting bigger, might not be able to.
Might not ever go back, depending on what kind of workout,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, mentality you have. Might not ever go back to how they were.
Yeah.
Most scholars don't really comprehend what it takes to give life, like cutting the umbilical cord. Like, I didn't do it, but I watched it. You know, I said, no, that's your job, dog. I'm here to hold her. I'll take my child and get that, please. Okay? But that's my main thing. Once I was like, yo, it's crazy. It really, one pull of a trigger or one stab wound with a knife could take away 9 months and all the years of life that a person has put into giving it, and then the person that lived it. One pull or one poke, and they could be out of here for 9 months of work. Man. And when I think about that, you have to do some real foul shit to me where I feel like I want to kill. Exactly. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at Rashad on the bus.
Nietzsche's the homie, dog.
That shit right there, like,
I still have recordings of Nietzsche. Nobody heard. He's one of the homies I recorded. I told you I had homies before, right?
yeah, absolutely. Yo, listen, man. Yo, it's been a fucking blessing sitting here talking to you and genuine. This is the truth of genuine scholar talk.
Real.
Yo, tell the people what you got going on coming up, man. You got any shows coming? Like, they need to come check you out.
As you know, it's M.Azin, M.Azin. You can find me on Instagram, M_AZIN617. That's M_AZIN617 on IG. Coming up, I got 28 Southbound coming soon. I plan to drop that January. Then I'm gonna do a whole bunch of promo for
Mixtape album?
It's gonna be, it's an EP.
Okay.
Alright, it's gonna be 8 tracks long. And I'm gonna do a video for every track. And, y'all gonna love it, trust me. Trust me.
I can't wait for that. I cannot wait.
And then I gotta re-release Rude Awakening, damn it. Like,
Yo.
But I don't know when to do it. I have to consult you on.
Yo, I'm about to say the timing for Rude Awakening when it's do that, it has to be perfect. They gotta be
I need the right amount of buzz. I need y'all. I need the city to get behind me, behind all this. You feel me? Like,
hey, yo, listen. Go follow this man on Instagram. Check him out on SoundCloud. What other music platforms can they find some of your stuff
on? SoundCloud. I'm on
Spotify,
IG, I'm on Spotify. You can find, I got songs going up there through Distro Kid.
Okay.
You can find me M.Azin. M.Azin. All the songs that's coming out will be M.Azin. Because I'm amazing. Alright? What's up, man? Love y'all, man. 3 down, 2 down. That's M.A.
Listen. Episode 9, man. Okay? Episode 9 with my top scholar, M.Azin. The boy produces, engineers, mixes, masters, all that. In a one-stop studio right here, man.
Go follow that man on all social media. Check his music out. Trust me, you will not be disappointed because I'm about to be bumping his shit, riding around. Another one of the top scholars I could put in my playlist. You dig? Another episode of Genuine Scholar Talk. Appreciate it. Love y'all, man. God blessing. Peace and God blessing. Boom.